Hi you guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is gonna be like a quick little short intro, okay, because this video is basically me just, and I'm just looking crazy, but this video is basically me just sharing with you guys products that have impacted me in a positive way in 2024. Products that I really enjoyed using, that made a difference in my makeup application, or that I feel comfortable 100% suggesting to you guys, right? So that's what this video is. Keep it cute, keep it short. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and open up this drawer, and let's just start out honestly with these tier items. So tier is a brand that I just heard about this year. I didn't know anything about them, was not aware of them. And then of course they went viral on TikTok and made their way to Instagram and YouTube. So I definitely did try out their foundation and their setting spray. So the Mask Fit foundation and the Mask Fit fixer spray, I did go ahead and try them, and I fell in love with both of them. Now with the foundation, as you guys know, if you watch any of my videos, the foundation is not my perfect shade. I have 45W chestnut, and it is definitely a little bit dark for my liking, but I like the overall packaging for this foundation. I like the fact that, you know, it has the cushion and you can easily travel with this. You know, if it's one less liquid item that you have to travel with, you know, on a flight. And I think it's just kind of neat and compact and clean. It's not super messy, and I love the foundation itself. The way that it just kind of blends in with my skin, blends in with my face, and lasts all day for me. I just really feel like I found a gem with this. Now the fixing spray, I absolutely love. I love the spray as well as the sprayer. I love the pump because it's a nice, powerful yet soft mist. It's not like too powerful. You know how some mists just kind of sock you in the face. This one is nice, and it definitely set my makeup in all day. So I really am so glad that I tried that. Next, I'll talk about this Cali primer. This was truly the only primer that I fell in love with this year. It's the Cali So Blown Clean Blurring Primer, and it has collagen peptides. I kind of have a feeling that I'm really going to like a lot of products from Cali. I am really excited to try some. I mean, with me going on my palette no-buy this upcoming year, I'm really going to be choicey as far as the complexion items that I do purchase, if any. But this is a brand that I definitely would love to try more products from. So yeah, this is a plumping hydrator, pore eraser, oil controller, makeup replacer. So yeah, excellent primer. So glad I tried it, and definitely going to be repurchasing that. Now I pulled a few foundations because there were quite a few that really impressed me. And not all of these products came out this year. Obviously, a lot of them may have already been out. Some of them are new and things like that. But these are products that I tried and really kind of felt some type of way about them. Now, this Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation, it has broad spectrum SPF 25. And I always forget what shade I have. I have, it looks like 118 Amber, I think. But this foundation, definitely one I'll grab anytime I want just the easy, flawless, beautiful base, nice complexion that looks good, you know, no matter what. This is one that I find myself reaching for. It just works out really well for me, and I really enjoyed using that this year. The Pat McGrath Labs. This is one that honestly, I didn't necessarily try this foundation out just this year, but I kind of got more acquainted with it this year and found that I really like this foundation. It's the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. And what shade do I have in this, you guys? Medium Deep 25. So this is another really good shade for me. I love the finish. It's a really beautiful finish on the skin. I mean, it's a pricier one, but I definitely feel like it's worth it because this foundation looks absolutely amazing on me and I really, really love it. Now the Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. This is a blurring skin tint, right? And I have the shade, it looks like 20. I really like this on those super lightweight makeup days where I want to look like I did something, but I don't want full coverage and I don't want it to look like I have on a mask, basically. This is perfect. I love this. A little bit of concealer, spot concealing, and then applying this all over the face, you know, with a nice damp brush just to kind of blend it out. Really worked well for me. So this is great for me on those lightweight makeup days, and I really, really like that. This is something new that I definitely tried this year. It's the Urban Decay Face Bond. I have the shade 30 Medium Deep Warm. Excellent. Super full coverage. It really just feels like it becomes one with my skin. When I put this on, it's like, where did it go? It's such a great match for me. It just really does melt into my skin. And this is one where it's like, if I'm needing to do my base and having it on all day, like morning all into the night, maybe I'm going to a function or a party or something like that, this works well, really, really well for that because it is a great long-lasting foundation. They don't give you a lot in here now, but you also don't need to use a lot. So I really, really enjoyed trying that out. Now for some items that I use for illuminating, I really got into liquid illuminizers this year. If you guys watch me, you know that I've just really been big on liquid highlight, liquid illuminizers under the foundation, under the powder, you know, just that glow from within type of look. And these are a couple of favorites that I really was reaching for a lot. This Sephora Golden Hour. I'm actually almost out of this one. This one is, what shade is this? Eclipse. It's just so absolutely gorgeous. I didn't plan on doing a lot of swatching, you guys, because I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to share the products that I really like with you guys. But with this, I just really love how it looks underneath the foundation. It just truly gives you that beautiful lit glow from within. It doesn't look like you're wearing a super bold, bright highlighter. It just looks beautiful. So I really love this one from Sephora. It worked out well. And then the e.l.f. bronzing drops. This I found that I really like. This is a pure gold, and I really like. Same concept, you know. Hopefully I don't squeeze out too much. Jeez, have I been using that much, you guys? Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, there it goes. There's still some in there. That was more than I wanted to squeeze out. But with this one, as you can see, this one definitely gives you a glow. It looks more like it has more of a foundation type look to it. You know what I'm saying? It has more of that true bronzy brown tone shine to it. So this one is more of the highlight, and then this one has more of that foundation type glow look in there for the e.l.f. So I just really fell in love with both of these and really have enjoyed using these, and they're definitely going to stay in my makeup, everyday makeup routine. Okay, you guys, so we are one tray down already. We are not doing too bad. Not too shabby. Okay, so let's go ahead and move over to this tray. So this tray has some blushes that I really have been enjoying. You guys know I've been going ham for the liquid blush. So this is the e.l.f. and it's the Gorge Orange. Easily has become one of my favorite blushes, liquid blush just in general. Their liquid blushes are amazing, incredibly priced, and the pigmentation is just insane. So with me really enjoying doing the, you know, kind of like underpainting, if you will, of certain items, liquid blushes have really become a key element in my makeup application. So I'm really loving doing the blush underneath my powder and then doing a powder blush on top. It's just really made my blush last so much longer throughout the day. So the e.l.f. ones are just absolutely amazing to me, and I'm stunned by the pigmentation and the quality of them. Now, I tried Sephora blushes and I had some from back in the day, like in a face palette or whatever, but the single blushes from Sephora, I hadn't really gotten into. So this one is over the top. And I actually bought 1 or 2 more since trying this one out. But this is the Sephora Colorful Blush. And these I have found are very, very nice. I really, really like the Sephora blushes. The pigmentation is beautiful. It's not like that wham pow crazy pigmentation. I don't know if you can even see that. It's not like that crazy wham pow pigmentation, but you see how easily and beautifully that blended out, you know, on my skin. It blends out so beautifully. It shows up just gorgeously. And I just, I love these blushes. It just seems like they just become one with your skin. And they definitely last, you know, throughout the day. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with these Sephora blushes. Really, really have become a staple in my makeup routine. Okay, so a couple more blushes to talk about. These ColourPop, these are actually balms, lip and cheek balms. This is in the shade Verified, and I have a few of these. They're super cute, first of all, as you can see. Cute little heart-shaped design. And at first I didn't really think that I was going to care for these, but the more that I got into the liquids and creams, and it really is so super balmy, right? It feels amazing. But it's like being able to use this to blush underneath my powder, and you know, it still show up nicely for, you know, that underpainting and under blushing. It's just really gorgeous. It feels good as well. It's not sticky, and it doesn't feel like it's just sitting on my skin. It definitely feels like, you know, a nice, just beautiful cream, balmy type situation prior to my powder. I love it. They're gorgeous, and I love to double blush with these. You can also use these on your lips, you know, because it is a lip and cheek balm. But you know, just from my experience, I've only used it on my cheeks, and I absolutely love it. Maybe I will try them on my lips in the future, but for now, amazing, amazing blush. So lastly, talking about blushes, the NYX Buttermelt blushes. This one is in the shade Back and Butter. So this is a color that I actually love as well. Now these NYX Buttermelt blushes are really gorgeous, beautifully pigmented. This shade in particular is one that I just really, really love on my skin tone. You see that? That is so, oh my God. Look how gorgeous that blush is. And you see how that just beautifully blended out like that. It's just, so gorgeous. I hope you guys can see that. I'm trying this overhead filming thing, you know, just to make it easy for myself, but it kind of feels like it's harder. But anyway, yeah, this Buttermelt blush is just beautiful. You can see it right there. The color is amazing. It's gorgeous, especially for darker skin tones. It's just beautiful. They're so pigmented. They blend nicely, and I've just been loving these. These have been great. So that is it for the blushes, you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to some of these powders. But first, let me clean off my hands before I make a mess. Okay, so I just have these 2 powders in here because these are the 2 powders that have really made an impression on me this year. Both of them being Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Cinnamon Bun, and this is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. So this is the loose setting powder from Huda Beauty. Hopefully I don't make a mess, but you can see that there. Absolutely gorgeous shade. I love, love, love this powder. I typically use it for under my eyes because I like to use, you know, a brown powder, pressed powder for my face, but I can easily use this all over my face and it looks amazing. And since I love the loose powder so much, I decided to try her pressed powder. So this is the Easy Bake and Snatch pressed powder in cinnamon bun, which is the same color as the loose one that I have. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've already really been making a good dent in there. But this powder, it's so smooth. It's so blurring. It just goes on so nicely. It's just beautiful. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey. And I can use it with a brush, or I can use it with a powder puff. Any way I want to use it, it works out great. So these have easily become my favorite powders this year. Now I have in here some lashes because I discovered these, you know, semi-permanent or temporary lash extensions from Amazon. You know, I saw everyone using them. I was getting my lashes done for a while. I would say maybe about 6 months before I got tired of paying that $200 and $300, you know, to get my lashes done and filled in, and waiting too long and having to get them redone. It was just, child, it was too much. So I saw people using these lash extensions where, you know, you just apply these lashes underneath your own natural lashes with some glue. So of course I found me some affordable ones on Amazon, and these are called Lobis. They're from a brand called Lobis. And I do have an Amazon list linked in my description box if you're curious of different items that I've purchased from Amazon that I love. I do just throw everything in that link. So this, of course, will be in that link if you are curious or want to purchase them. It's a link for my husband and myself. It's actually our joint, like his Amazon account, but I use it as well. So if you see Smoking and Grilling with AB, that's why, because he's my husband and we have it together. But yeah, so these are, but the list is only my list. He doesn't have stuff in my list. But these are the lashes that I've been using. have fallen in love with them. And they work out great. I keep them on for 2 or 3 days, you know, sleeping them, maneuvering them. If I feel like ripping them off when I take my makeup off, I do that. If not, I just take my makeup off around these and it works out great. So these are ones from the brand Lobis on Amazon. Like I said, it's in my Amazon list. These particular ones are the size D16. I do like to just put the same length on my eyes. I don't do like the small to the large and all that stuff, which I probably should. But for me, I'm lazy and I keep it simple. I just put the same length across my whole lash. So those have really come in handy this year. Okay, so let's talk about some concealers, the ones that have really made an impact on me this year. And I definitely would have to say that the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer has really, really impressed me. I mean, I was just like, okay, Sephora, what? I have found that I really, really want to explore Sephora products more because they really have some great products. So this is what the doe foot looks like. Nice, big, fat, juicy doe foot. And, you know, this is a shade that I use for brightening, which is 35N. I'm assuming a lot of people use it because it was sold out during the sale. But yeah, if you haven't yet tried the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer, what are you doing with your life, honey? Because it's amazing. And I also fell in love with the Kosas concealer. I know there's a name for this, but I don't remember what it is. I would have to look it up because it's not on here. But I have the shade 08. And yeah, this concealer easily fell in love with. I don't know. I love concealers that don't dry down immediately, super fast, that I have time to blend them out. They maintain their coverage. They have a nice shade range. All of that stuff comes into play when I'm deciding what I really like about a concealer. And when I tell you the Kosas, look at that. Look how beautiful it is. It is so beautiful. You know, in both of them, you know, they just have a beautiful, nice, luminous, you know, look to them. The Sephora one, as you can see, a little bit more matte, but the Kosas one, it has more of that beautiful natural glow to it. And when you set these with that hood of powder, Nah, get out of town. I love, love, love this Kosas concealer as well as the Sephora Best Skin Ever. Okay, another surprise this year for me. I fell in love with bronzing sticks. And the one that I found myself really gravitating to is this ColourPop bronze sticks. Now, I have had this bronze stick in my makeup collection for years and years, but because, you know, I just never felt drawn to bronzing sticks and bronzing creams and all that kind of stuff, I kind of, you know, just kind of shied away from it. Even though I would pull it, it's like I would never use it. But honey, I dived into this year and I found that I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I've even started using some of my other bronzing sticks. I have one from Uma Beauty. I have a Uma Beauty bronzing stick. I mean, it's like this. It's just, oh, it's so pretty. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I love the way that it blends out so easily with a brush, with a sponge, whatever, you know. And I don't even know if ColourPop still sells these. I hope they do. I'm sure if they don't, they came out with some type of new bronzing, you know, product. But this I absolutely love. And I have quite a bit more use out of this. You know, as you can see, I haven't used a lot of it since I just started using it. There's quite a bit in here, so this is going to last me quite a while, but hopefully if they don't still sell it, they have a product that is comparable to this. Okay, so let's move some of this stuff around because it's starting to look empty in here, and we're getting close to you know, palette time. So you can already kind of see what it is that I'm going to, you know, be talking about. And when I tell you I have like that organizational problem, like with just seeing stuff all out of whack, I have to try and make it look neater. You know, it's a mind thing for me, okay? So bear with me. But anyways, this eyeliner here from Sephora, it's just a regular black liquid eyeliner, but I found that it is really nice, really, really nice. And it's really, really, you know, easy to use. It gives you a nice, wet, thin line. You know, you see that? It's just super, super easy to use. And, you know, it stays put. I don't know if this one is waterproof or not. I haven't put it on and jumped into the ocean. But just as a basic eyeliner, I really, really like this. This impressed me, okay? And I typically don't get impressed by eyeliners, but that one from Sephora, I really, really like. Now, with brow products, I, you know, was really, really concerned because I haven't been able to find, or wasn't able to find, my Fenty Beauty brow wax stick on the Sephora website. And I was concerned. I'm like, is it gone? You know, because they're good for coming with stuff and leaving. So I tried this NYX brow glue. Didn't expect much, you know, didn't really expect to be impressed or anything of the sort, but I actually really was. And I really, really like this brow glue. It holds my brows in place, you know, lays them down. I'm able to draw on top of it because that's really big for me. I like to lay them down first and then draw on top of it. And this worked great. So I'm very, very happy about that. I don't see NYX getting rid of this anytime soon. So I'm glad I found a new brow product that I actually really like. And if you're not familiar with it, this is what it looks like. It has, you know, this little wand here, and it has the clear type glue in there. It's kind of like cloudy looking, that you just lay your brows down with, and you lay them down, brush it through, and it works great all day. Okay, a couple of other products, lip liners. You guys know the Sephora lip liner in molasses is my favorite, but it's always sold out. So I actually have been on the hunt for a dupe, but I love this lip liner because of the fact that it is retractable. It does twist up and twist down, and that's what I prefer in a lip liner because I don't want to have to think about sharpening my lip liner, you know, when I want to throw it in my purse, throw it in my bag. I don't necessarily want to carry a sharpener as well. So I love, love, love these. And this is like the perfect deep brown shade. It's like, Sephora. But anyways, looking for dupes for that. The Juvia's lip liner in Cola. This is one of their Luxe liners in Cola. And this one is actually quite nice as well. It is retractable. And I found that it is a pretty nice deep brown shade. It's not too far off from the Sephora Molasses. Let me swatch that one as well. I don't know why I didn't swatch it in the first place, but the Sephora Molasses, you know, it is a pretty close match to the Cola from Juvia's Place. And the thing is, with the Sephora, you see how creamy and smooth it is. It's very, very creamy and smooth. So that's another reason why I really, really like it. And the color, as you can see, is a little bit more chocolatey. But they're so close that once it hits the lips, you know, it's really not that big of a difference. So I'm really glad. I ordered a couple more of the Cola shade from Juvia's Place, and hopefully they don't discontinue that. Okay, now for lips, I'm not really a big lipstick chick. You know, if you guys are familiar with me, my channel, how I like to do my makeup, it's like pulling teeth to get me to put on actual lipstick, right? So I just wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite glosses. The Morphe Drip Glass Drenched Gloss. This one, is that the shade Drenched? I think it is, because these are just amazing. This one is a high pigment lip gloss. So when you put this one on from Morphe, it's the color that you see. The color you see here is what it is. It is very, very pigmented. And, you know, sometimes I'm in the mood for that. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I want my lip gloss to be very opaque. You see that? Very opaque. And then other times, and it's nice and thick too. You see that? And other times I truly do just want a nice thin gloss. But yeah, the Drip Glass from Morphe, the shade that I have, I believe is Drenched. No, it's Wet Peach. I knew it had a different name. It's Wet Peach. So it's Morphe Drip Glass Drenched in the shade Wet Peach. Love it. It's absolutely amazing as a lip gloss. It feels great and it looks great. The Patrick Ta. I don't know if you guys are familiar with or have tried the Patrick Ta lip gloss. This one is, I know it's for the lip plumping. This one is the Major Volume Plumping Gloss. So yeah, if you don't like to feel that little bit of burn and you don't like the plumping aspect of a gloss, then you might not like this. But child, I love this stuff. And I don't necessarily, look at that. Try to get that in the camera. Look at that. It's amazing. Yeah, it's pricey. His plumping lip gloss is pricey, but it smells delicious and it feels delicious. And just how it looks on my hand right there, that's how it looks on your lips. It looks amazing. So yeah, these are pricey. What shade do I have? Child, I cannot read that. Hold on. So yeah, I have the shade 2CCs. That's what it's called, 2CCs. And this stuff is amazing. I have a few backups of this in different shades, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, and last but not least for lips, I discovered the Summer Friday Lip Butter Balm. I know this is not new. People have been loving, loving, loving this stuff long before I found it, but honey, when I found it, I was like, okay, I got a new favorite lip balm. It really is amazing. The applicators, you can see it has like that curved applicator. It's really, really nice. It's a nice, thick, delicious lip balm. Like you can see that there. It's very thick. It's very delicious. And I don't know if you can see it has a little bit of color in there. You know, I bought the trio set just to try it out, you know, over the holidays. This one, and they're vegan too, if you're curious. This one is an iced coffee, and it came with 2 other flavors. I don't remember what they are, but yeah, when my lips are feeling like they need some love and tender care, this is what I reach for. Loving the Summer Fridays lip balm. Okay, you guys, it's time to talk about some palettes. And like I said, I really don't have favorites when it comes to palettes. I have eyeshadows that I feel like blew my socks off when I used it, that I feel like was just absolutely amazing. Color story, performance, formula, all of that good stuff. But these are just ones that just took the cake and really had me feeling like, oh, I want more from that brand, or this brand came out with a banger this year. So let's just start with this Inslee Rain, since this little fairy face is like trying to throw off my camera. This is the Inslee Rain Cold Moon. Pretty pricey palettes. Pretty pricey palettes. I know they've been strewn in some controversy regarding their AI art. Maybe some things that they, you know, I don't know. I don't get into all that drama stuff. I really don't, because, honey, listen. 1 minute you cancel, and the next minute you not. People cancel you and move on to the next thing in 5 minutes, and the next thing you know, you like, wait a minute, I thought we wasn't. And then it you know, so I don't get caught up in that stuff. I'm here to love the makeup, use the makeup, and unless they doing something ridiculously crazy, honey, I'm not getting caught up in that drama. And not only that, when people do acknowledge and apologize for certain things that may have offended someone, I tend to accept people's apologies, because I would hate the day when I make a mistake or I do something wrong and nobody forgives me for what I did and I'm canceled, you know? So, honey, I'm not God, and I ain't about to be out here just like canceling small brands and stuff. That is not my job. Anyway, back to the palette. Palette's gorgeous. I have tried out a few of their palettes this year. Formula amazing, shimmers amazing. I love the size of the palettes. I love the square pans. I love the fact that they are magnetic, so you can take these shadows out and move them around. But I would just say that I'm really, really impressed with this indie brand, Inslee Rain. This year, they really, I think, knocked it out of the park with the palettes that they dropped, the color stories. Everything has just been amazing to me, and I've really, really been enjoying using their eyeshadow palettes. So they definitely made a very positive impression on me this year. Okay, another brand that you guys know I love, Nomad. Love them to death. Okay, now with Nomad, they do, you know, disclaimer, they do send me their palettes. This is the only brand that I receive PR from. And the reason why I even accept PR from them is because of the fact that I love what they stand for. I love their products. I love their creativity, and they're just genuinely good people, just overall good people. So I love them as a brand. And so, yes, I do accept their PR. And me, I don't like getting PR, because I don't see YouTube as a job for me. I like to run my channel how I want to, when I want to, things like that. So, but I do accept PR from them because I genuinely love their products. Look at this palette. Look at just, I mean, I don't know if you can see the actual texture on this palette. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It's like somebody just painted this on. This is the Fuji 5 Lakes palette. And this is just one example of one of the color stories that they came out with. Hopefully you can see that they came out with this year. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just stunning. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are gorgeous. It's funny because it doesn't even look like I use this palette, and I actually use this palette at least twice. I took this palette with me on my Alaskan cruise. If you watched that vlog, you saw that I did use this palette then, but it's just amazing. So it's like their formula, their color stories, They're just absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I really love Nomad as a company. Their theming is travel. And not only that, they do, you know, give to different causes and things like that. So I love that. So this is the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way. I just wanted to, and look at this. Oh, I just wanted to show you guys some examples, like you haven't already seen them, but just show you some examples of their palettes, their color stories. You know, their formula is amazing. They have gotten better and better. Every single palette they come out with, they're just getting better and better and better. And I'm so proud of them. And I just love actually using their products and promoting their products. Like I said, I'm not one for PR or anything like that, you know, because you guys know I buy all the makeups. But they're a brand where it's like, you know, I will probably, you know, go ahead and use their palettes, you know, receive any PR that they send me. I'm fine with it. So this is their Ghost Town USA palette. As you can see, it's changing. It's just, their packaging is crazy. But this is like absolutely one of my favorite palettes from them. This color story, I'm trying to make sure that you guys can truly see the color story, the shimmers, the mattes. Is so grungy. It's so smoky. It's so just dark and dusky. It just definitely takes on the characteristic of the theme. And I love it. It's beautiful. Love, love, love this palette. Definitely one of my favorites, period. That I will say is a favorite palette of mine. Okay, so let's just talk about a few other palettes that knocked my socks off this year. The Cosmic Beauty Undergrowth. Ooh, child. I'm scared to even open this palette because I'm liable to pass out, honey. Listen, if you love a green color story, if you love beautiful shimmers, honey, this palette will knock your socks off. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I have created some of my most beautiful green looks ever with this palette. I love the formula. Another brand that has just stepped it up. Every single palette they come out with, it's like they're just getting better and better and better with their color stories. Certain brands, color stories, I'm just amazed with. It's like, you put those just in the perfect spot. Because it can be difficult to arrange a palette to where it's palatable for the masses. And a lot of people just fall in love with it. And Cosmic Beauty, or Cosmic Brushes, whichever one that they're going by, has mastered the art of color stories. I mean, this palette is beautiful. Another palette that I drool over every time I look at it is this Unearthly Gargoyle palette, right? This palette is so funny, like all of the like spooky like themes and stuff like that I'm not really into, but sometimes they have some of the absolute best color stories. And this Gargoyle palette from Unearthly Cosmetics color story, just drop dead. Drop dead gorgeous. If you love blues, if you love grungy tones, if you love just beautiful gorgeous shimmers, like it's hard for it's like I have the flash on my camera because I want you guys to truly see the shimmers in here, but I don't want it to wash it out. So hopefully you can see like the true color of the shimmers as well as the mattes. This palette I fell in love with. Oh my gosh, it is just so gorgeous. I want to swatch it. Oh Lord have mercy. I just want to swatch just a little bit. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And I don't even know. Let me just, can I just take a moment? And I know, you know, I'm not swatching everything in this video, but they're just so pretty. And it's like, it's not even doing it justice because the lighting is so bright. It's not even doing it justice. Let me see. Look at that. Gorgeous. But this palette knocked my socks off. The theming, the color story, these are magnetic as well. So I love a nice, beautiful magnetic palette where I could take the shades out, move them around, take them with me when I travel. I love it. So that's Unearthly Cosmetics, the Gargoyle palette. Let's move over into, I'm going to try and go through all of the indie brands that I was really impressed with this year. Clarity Cosmetics, this Angry Leprechaun. This palette here, this really impressed me. Now, I just used this recently. You guys know that. And it's just like, whew, I don't even have words for it. This color story is gorgeous. I haven't even gotten to dive into that red yet. I'm dying to use that red, the pinky purple, the green. And it's like, these definitely are like duochromes, multi-chromes and whatnot. Absolutely beautiful. Check out my video if you're curious and you want to see swatches and all that stuff. But this palette is one that knocked my socks off this year. I've always loved Clarity Cosmetics eyeshadows just as a brand in general. I've always felt like they're super pigmented. Their shimmers have always been gorgeous. Occasionally I've come across some that might be a little too thick or a little too chunky to me. So, you know, you can't win them all. You're not going to have the best formula in every single shadow that you do because, you know, formulas change and go through transition. But for the most part, overall, their mattes and their shimmers have been amazing. So Clarity Cosmetics is a great indie brand to check out. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk about this Mario palette. This is my first Makeup by Mario palette. I've never purchased a Makeup by Mario palette of any kind. I've looked at them. I've been kind of interested in them and was like, you know, maybe. But this is the first one that I went ahead and pulled the trigger on. The Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, right? And I wasn't expecting much. You know, it's so funny because a lot of these palettes that come out from these brands, a lot of times, you know, there's so much, everybody has an opinion. And there can be so much negativity surrounding colored powder. Colored sparkles, and it just amazes to me sometimes. It's like, you know, thank God that you can go into Sephora, swatch it, you know, or purchase it, try it out for yourself and come up with your own opinion. Because with this palette, you know, I know a lot of people loved it. A lot of people thought, oh, it's overpriced or whatever. Me personally, and not even being one who's into like higher end makeup and eyeshadows and stuff, I really enjoyed using this palette. I really did. Like, I'm not even into like the subtle, you know, the subtle gorgeous shimmery shims and stuff. But I wasn't, but honey, I am now. I am now, honey. The whole idea behind the ethereal eyes and, you know, just having that light glisten of shimmer tapped on your lid is so appealing to me. And that is what's so beautiful about makeup. I have found that it's okay to change what you like. It's okay to change your mind and decide, you know what? I'm not really deep off into rainbow eye looks right now. I'm into soft, more, you know, everyday, just feminine, gentle, demure eye looks right now. You know, I know it's ridiculous. I'm so ridiculous. I get sick of myself sometimes. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, child, it's so pretty, you know. And even with these, with all the hubbub about the Patrick Ta shadows and stuff, you know, it's like it's all basically like the same vibe, the same, you know, feel, like that gorgeous shimmery ethereal type, you know, look on your lid where you just put down a base or an eyeliner and you just tap this on top, and the next thing you know, you look gorgeous. You do. So, you know, it's all just preference, but I really enjoyed this palette. And it doesn't look like much. It didn't look like much, but I really enjoyed it. So this is one that really surprised me and impressed me this year. Huda Beauty. Listen, Huda said, you know what? Y'all better take this big palette and love it because, honey, this is the last one you gonna get. I'm giving y'all the best with what I got. Anyway, the Huda Beauty Icy Nude. I mean, I knew I was getting this. The Packaging gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I'm trying not to blind you guys, but packaging is gorgeous. The color story to me is gorgeous. She said it's her last big palette. It was a no-brainer. I was getting it, okay? Now, I am one who truly loves Huda Beauty palettes. I do. I like how she just does her own thing, you know, and she doesn't care what you think about it. She wants to put in some shimmers. She wants to put in some glitters. She wants to put in some super light shades that no black person would think they could ever use. She does what she wants. And that's what you do when you have your own brand, honey. You do what you want to do. And I'm not mad at it. I look at a color story and either I love it, I like it, I don't, it's okay, it's fine. I love this palette. I love the layout. I love the packaging. When I used it, I love the eye look that I created with it. And I just feel like even though this, which one is it? There's a glitter in here that I absolutely hate. I don't know which one it is. Is it this? No, it's a glitter in here somewhere. Is it this one or this one? Oh, it's this one. And it's pretty. If you love glitter, honey, get your glitter on. It's pretty, right? I don't like glitter like that. I used to, but now I don't like it. You see that? It's glitter. It's straight up glitter. I don't like glitter in my palettes, but I'm not going to forego all the rest of the shadows. There's what, 18? I'm not going to forego 17 other shadows just because she decided she wanted a glitter in here. It's an icy palette, right? So that's what she did. I love it. It's beautiful. It goes deep enough for me to play around with it, light enough for me to do an icy look if I want to. And these shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. Like this one here, she plays around with texture. I'm not mad at her for playing around with texture. You know, it's like, oh, child, what? Listen, this palette is beautiful. I love it. I love it, okay? Easily one of my favorite releases of the year. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to fool with the Patrick Ta stuff. Like, Patrick Ta what? It's all beautiful shimmers and glitters on your lids. You don't have to, you ain't got to do that. Just buy you a palette and be happy. Speaking of shimmers and glimmers on your lid, this Urban Decay Moon Dust palette, okay? I had to try it. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of everybody talking about it. I'm sick of trying to figure out, you know, do I want it? Is it nice? Is it worth the hubbub or whatever? And I felt like since they have a 4-pan out right now, I go ahead and try it. So this is the Moon Dust, and this one I guess has the reimagined Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy rides again. So I'm glad that I actually tried it. I am. I'm glad that I purchased it. I'm glad that I tried it because I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous. Exact same, you know, just idea. The whole little bright light ethereal type eyes, you know, it's really pretty. They're really gorgeous. They're just beautiful shimmers that you can tap, you know, on top of your eye look, and you just have that gorgeous ethereal shimmery type look. Look at that. It is absolutely beautiful. And I'm sorry, you know, and then these two are a little more opaque, so they're not as exciting to me at all, of course, but you know, they're still beautiful nonetheless. Really, really pretty. So this was something that surprised me. Very glad that I tried it because it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, next we have this Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar palette. I pulled this palette because it's another eyeshadow palette that truly surprised me. I don't know what I was expecting when I pulled this and decided to use it, create a look with it. I don't know, but I was pleasantly surprised. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous and the mattes are just buttery smooth and they blend out beautifully. So I would say that out of all the palettes that I've tried this year, this is one that truly surprised me and truly impressed me. And like I said, I don't know what I was expecting, but whatever I was expecting, it gave me way more than what I was expecting. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful, whether it be the shimmers or the mattes and the pigmentation. It's just, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. But yeah, I would have to say I was truly blown away by this ABH, this little mini ABH palette. And I'm typically not blown away by ABH palettes. You know, all her larger ones, it's like, oh yeah, they're pretty, whatever. I collect them. They're great. But this surprised me. This is definitely something that I would throw in my travel bag and just know I'm prepared for any type of nice glitzy glam night or eye look that I want to do. And it's going to come out gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Formula A1. Okay, so next I did pull these 3 Morphe palettes. And the reason why I pulled these 3 Morphe palettes is not because, oh, you know, they're just such amazing quality and I just love them oh so much. I pulled them because these palettes are definitely making an impact in my everyday makeup routine. Now these palettes, I don't know if they came out with these last year or the year before, because I actually have had them for quite a while. It's 3 different palettes. It's the Floralise, the Solaria, and the Luminarias. Now, I don't know if they still have these palettes, but if you are a pro makeup artist or you just like neutral tones, you would probably love to have these in your arsenal, in your collection. And the reason why I say this is because you get all of your basic shades with these palettes. Like, I definitely keep these on my desk in top drawer because it has the black. Here we go once again with the beautiful, like, shiny, I don't know if you can see that, shiny ethereal type shadows, which are highlighters, but they can create the same type of shine on the lids. Absolutely gorgeous. We have this like taupey one, and then we have this more kind of champagne one. Beautiful. This shade here has, like, you know, that duochrome situation with the blue and the brown in it. And then this one here, another gorgeous, very ethereal type shadow. I don't even know if you can see that on my pinky, but it has like a beautiful, really light dusting of shimmer in there. But it's like they're just absolutely gorgeous. And these palettes, they come in handy. So nice when you are, you see, just really pretty everyday, nice light shimmers. Very gorgeous. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top or out of this world. But you have a black, you have this really pretty white shade, you have a super dark cool tone brown, and then you have some neutrals. So it's like these palettes just have really come in handy when I just want to sit down and do a quick eye look and I don't want to have to try and figure out, okay, well, which palette can I grab that has a warm brown? Which one has a cool brown? Like, these 3 have basically everything I need. This one here, you know, bronzer shade, really pretty highlighter shades in here. You can use it for the eyes as well. Have your mid-tone warm browns, and then just some more absolutely gorgeous shimmer shades, you know, that you can use. Really pretty gold. You see that you can use on your eyes. You can use them for highlighters. It's just nothing too strenuous, you know, nothing too strenuous. So I would say these palettes are great if you are one who just likes to do some everyday simple eye looks. You don't want nothing too crazy or too out of this world. And then this one, the Floralise, has more of like the purpley tone, mauve tone to it. I mean, I really wish you guys could truly see how these look in person, because it's like the camera is just not doing it justice. It's not. It's really not. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This shimmer right here, oh, it's pretty. I mean, it's like blinding. It's like a mirror. It's so pretty. But yeah, I pulled these palettes because it's like, I don't know if people really you know, have checked them out, if they really, you know, just kind of put any thought into Morphe anymore. But some of their palettes are great. Absolutely great everyday palettes. I like the size of these. They're not super large. But yeah, they're definitely great for just top desk, or if you just want basic shades, your blacks, your whites, your browns, you know, your taupes, your mauves. Perfect for that. So I definitely wanted to just mention those in the makeup that has truly made a difference in my everyday makeup this year. So 2 more palettes you guys see. We got the Natasha Denona Roxa palette, and we have the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 6. Both of these gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So let's start with Natasha Denona and the Roxa. Oh, child. This just touched every purple part of my being, in my soul. Okay, I love it. I love the Dusty Rose shades over here. The fact that it's not just 100% purple, but it's not like that crazy bright pink that I really don't like to wear. I mean, the cool tone purple, just the shimmers in here. Absolutely amazing. I did do a video using this palette if you're curious and you want to see a little bit more information about it, but this was a palette that really impressed me this year. When I say the formula, the color story, just her coming out with something so beautiful and bold and specific. I love it. I love it. You know, they don't always get it right when they do purple palettes, but this one, Natasha did this one right. So I need to clean it. Sorry, you guys, it's looking crazy. And last but certainly not least, my girl Danessa Myricks, honey. She came out with this Transformer palette. That's what I call it, because baby, this thing transforms in 50 different ways, okay? You got the top, you got the small top on here. There's a mirror in the little small top. You can take each one of these little trays of 6 out and create a stack of palettes. It's amazing. Check it out. You know, check out her Instagram, check out her website, you know, so that you can really see what this palette can do. But when I tell you, honey, the shimmers, it's amazing. It's like, I don't even want to swatch it, child, because it's just like, you can't even get the full effect because the lighting is just so bright. But honey, oh my Lord, if you have seen any of her videos, if you have seen anybody's videos using this palette, you already know. You already know. It just, oh my goodness, it just knocks your socks off. Quality is just ridiculous. My hands are so glittery. If you guys saw how my hands look right now in person, you would be cracking up. But it's like her shimmers, the duochrome, the multi-chromeness of it, how they shift, it's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. And the way they look on the eyes, it's just so pretty. And you know, this is not everybody's thing. Everybody's not into all the super bold colors, the beautiful shimmers and glimmers and everything. But honey, it's definitely my thing. Definitely my thing. I'm not even gonna front. Y'all know I love me some color. So yeah, I had to mention this palette. This palette definitely left an impression on me this year, 2024. And I am so glad that I have all of these beautiful eyeshadows in my collection to focus on, since I am doing a no-buy coming up this year, 2025. I'm actually excited about my no-buy. At first I was scared, but I'm actually excited, you guys, because I feel like it's really going to be so much fun just exploring all of the products that I already have, the ones that I love, and just creating different things, different looks, and coming up with different content for you guys. So that's it, you guys. That is all of the makeup that I wanted to just share that has made a lasting impression on me in 2024. I hope you guys have had an amazing 2024 and that you have experienced your socks being knocked off by makeup yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna go and get cleaned up and prepared to spend some time with hubby, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. So I will, or morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, it is evening for me, but I hope you guys have an amazing day whenever you watch this. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Toodles.